Yo, you know what it is? Pacific Push, G Money, hottest in the beach, coldest in the streets. Today, I got a treat for y'all. For the New York City lyricist lovers, I got Don Q, High Bridge the label. What's good, Don?
What's up, my boy? Let's get it. Talk to me.
Already know what it is. So you back to influence the scammers.
Yeah, you know what's going on. I had to
Right.
come back, man. It's been a little while, man.
Nah, we miss you out here. You know, for the listeners, Don Q is one of my favorite lyricists from this generation, honestly, in all of them, because he's from that lineage. You know what I mean? The Big L's, Kiss, Fab, he talked that shit, and the fans missed you out here. So now you back, double or nothing.
Yeah, that shit, niggas fucking with it. So we ready to come right back on these niggas January. So I ain't satisfied.
You heavy. Every time I turn around, another video dropping. Just dropped another one. You know what I'm saying?
Like I owe him that. You feel me? I owe him that.
Now, how has your writing process evolved from corner stories to double or nothing?
I really don't be writing like that for real. Like it's just like I go with vibes. Like if it's like a freestyle or something, like if I'm getting prepared for like a Hot 97 or something like that, then yeah, I lock myself in and write. But like music, I don't really, unless I'm home. Like if I'm somewhere on a plane or something, and I just think of some shit, I'll write it down. But if I'm in the studio, I don't really like do too much writing. Like I like to just go with the vibe.
Now, with so many different sounds being popularized right now, is it a task for you to pick your production? Because that's one thing I've always paid attention is how you balance it out with a lot of different sounds.
Yeah, that's real. It's real. I'm real big on production because like I could like a beat, but it's like I don't want to, because some niggas rap for themselves. It's like you rapping because you like the beat. You gotta make sure everybody else gonna like that shit too. So like I don't just rap for myself no more. I did that shit when I was younger. Like now I gotta please people.
Now, when you in your process, do you still listen to a lot of like hip hop music outside of the club, or do you just lock in?
Yeah, I listen to music like before I cook this up, I listen to a lot of the old school shit. I listen to a lot of like Jay-Z, DMX. It's crazy. I was listening to DMX right before he died. Like I don't know what the fuck was going on. I just felt like listening to DMX, and like a week later he died. But that was kind of like strange to me. But I listened to a lot of DMX, Hove, like Cameron and shit.
Yeah,
sometimes I always go back and just do it just to hear certain shit I might want to bring back in my own way, like certain lines or certain like hooks or whatever, beats or whatever, even skits. Like I want to start doing skits again. Like, niggas don't really do skits no more.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, no, that's important, man.
I feel like throwing a couple skits on the next one or something.
And that was one of my favorite verses from you, like when Fab flipped for the family. Yeah. And you know, I don't typically give a lot of people the verse like when they're going on Fab, but I say, yo, Don set the tone crazy. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah. I had to. I think I had an interview today. Somebody asked me to sing the show talking about that. Yeah, but when we did that song, like that's when I first met both of them. So it's like I had to come in that shit like I ain't want to. Of course, I'm a fan of both these niggas. Dave East came out before me, so I was a fan of East. Of course, I'm a fan of Fab. So it's like when I walked in the room, it's like I wasn't smiling. I wasn't like, oh, nice to meet you. I wasn't doing that. It's like, oh, good. What's up? What's up? All right, what's going on? What we doing? Like Fab, like, oh, we gonna play the beat. Like this shit was like a fucking like a war. Everybody went to their corner. Like Fab went over here, Dave East went over here. So I'm just looking like, all right, let me go over here, go to my corner. I'm reading the room. Like I wrote that verse though. I didn't like because I was still I didn't have the comfortability to just go in there and just feel the vibe. So I was still writing at that time. That was like my younger time. I was still writing. I finished first before everybody. I was kind of nervous to go in there first, but I wanted to show them that I was ready. So I'm like, nah, I think I told my man like, yo, I'm done. Like I'm ready to go in there. He's like, just go ahead. I told Fab, I'm like, yo, I'm about to go start it off. He's like, yo, go ahead. And I just went in there. I'm like, yo, I know my shit is hard, so I wasn't really worried.
Definitely, you came off crazy. Only if Mama knew the type of shit that I was on. That shit's still one of my favorite songs to this day. But now that we on Double or Nothing, how many songs did you choose from to make the album?
I done made this tape probably 3-4 times, like different names and shit. I done had a whole lot of shit, but I felt like I just scratched out a lot of shit that I had because I ain't dropped in 3 years. So it was like, of course I got a lot of music that I recorded. So it was like, instead of just going back trying to find all this old shit, I'm gonna just lock in and just make some new shit. So I think everything I put on the tape was damn near new, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think nothing I had on that tape was like an old song from a year ago. Everything was like months. So yeah, I just started fresh.
It sounds good. You know, I was listening to it a little while ago. Slander, one of my favorite joints off of it, going crazy. But you were out in London getting busy. I want to get back to the freestyle. So, you know, I seen you in the fire of the booth and you went off. Now you were talking about like, yo, I gotta knock the rust off. I'm rusty, but I said once you see Don Q start grabbing the headphones and shit, he gonna lock in and get crazy.
I felt like I was kind of rusty a little bit. Like I just felt it. I don't know. I was kind of weird. Not rusty like with the bars and shit. Rusty with how I was delivering my shit, like catching my breath control and all that shit. It's like I ain't do this shit man long. Like, so it's like that shit was kind of like tough. But yeah. You see when I went to flex, I ain't really have no hiccups. When I went back, like I had to knock the rust off over there, then I came back to flex and it was all good.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I still feel like it was missing a little something. I had to watch it. I'm like, I could have did this a little better. Like I'm a big critique. I critique my shit. Like so, I watch back and I'm like, I could have did that a little better.
Nah, you went crazy. You know, Charlie Roth hyping it up. Yo, it's Don Q going crazy. So, and getting back to that flex, you know, there was a line in there, and you said, yo, it's crazy. My L's look better than niggas wins. So at this stage in the game, like, what do you consider an L, being that you've had a lot of success already?
Oh, that was just a hard line. I don't really feel like I got no L. My only L was just like taking my break. Like that's the only L I could say that I took. Like just I put that on myself. Just not putting no music up.
So what was the reason behind that?
Label issues. You know how that shit goes sometimes, but I don't want to like talk bad about no label. You know, business is business, whatever. Then I had like a lot of family issues, so I had to really pick and choose between like if I wanted to just take the time. I had to take the time off to figure shit out for myself and my family at the time. So it was like while I was in Atlanta, I was recording shit out there, but you know, New York is where I'm really gonna catch that vibe and like feel me take over. So I had to when I was out there, I kind of like just fell back a little bit from the music. I just focused on whatever I had going on for the time. I didn't plan on it to be that long. I'm like, all right, it's only a couple of months. I'm gonna handle this, whatever. Then COVID came, which pushed it back a little extra. Cause I didn't drop since 2018, so you got 2018 dropped. So 2019 I was in Atlanta. In 2020 COVID came. So that 2 little years right there, that shit kind of like was bad.
So in that time, do you feel that you grew like as a man and as an artist? You needed that time to clear your mind.
Yeah, I definitely need that time to clear my mind. Definitely. I like a lot of things like I was so heavy on like damn, I wanna fucking get a fucking commercial hit or some shit. I was finding myself doing shit that I wouldn't even do, like in studios, just doing shit. There's nothing wrong with trying shit, but it's like, bro, be yourself. Anyway, so when I came back, I'm like, that's why I said I gotta come back to New York. That's the only way I'm gonna really get back to myself. I come back to New York, surround myself with that energy how I was before, the people around me, and that's what it was. That's why I really started fresh with the music. I ain't really go to find nothing old. I just made a whole bunch of new shit when I came back.
Nah, and the streets need you, and it's good to hear you. You sound good. You sound healthy. Now let me ask you a question. Now, what's your personal favorite Don Q freestyle that you've done so far?
The first one, that shit was like, that's premeditated murder right there. Like I really waited for that shit for a long time. So it's like that's why I never really went back to flex after that. Because like I did it, it was like I know I'm not gonna, not saying I know I'm not gonna give it that same what I gave it that first time. That's why it took me so long. Even when I just did it just now, I feel like the raps is good, but I feel like I ain't give it the energy. Like you could just see it, you could just tell the energy is not the same. Like the aggression and shit. It's like that was I really wanted that shit at that time. I really wanted to do that. You know, I grew up on that shit, like seeing Lloyd Banks and all them niggas doing that shit.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go to Funk Flex and do that shit. Once I did it, I got it out the way. It was like, I got it out the way. It was over.
So how do you stay hungry?
Yeah, that's why I had to find something. I'm like, I gotta come back home and I gotta find that hunger. Cause niggas was telling me like, you don't seem like you Like, you ain't really that, like, and I'm sending niggas songs. Niggas are telling me, like, yo, you're not even aggressive in your music no more. Like,
Yeah.
you sound like you just talk like, I'm listening to my old shit. They're like, yo, listen how you used to be barking on the mic. It's like, nah, fact, my energy. Like, I had to just bring it. I had to just find it in myself. Like you can hear it in Devil or None. Like, I'm back on that shit.
Now you talking that shit, Don, and even with this conversation, you can tell like the growth, and it could be a dangerous place because when you get focused and you get clear, that's when you really can start going crazy.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, I do want to ask one more question before I finish it off with my 3 faves. So we already spoke about your favorite personal freestyle. Now, who's your favorite or your favorite freestyle from another artist that when you see or you hear that shit still, you be like, damn.
Probably Cassidy shit. Like,
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can't say which one, but we got so many. But definitely freestyle, definitely Cassidy. Like, he got the most legendary classic freestyles probably ever.
Yeah, he had a crazy run when he was going crazy with it. So that's what it is. But now you back in the city, Dom. I'm going to finish it off like this. I'm going to ask you your 3 favorite things. Now you back in the town. Mm-hmm. So where's your favorite place to eat when you in the city?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I still be doing hood shit. You know, I still hit the Chinese spot sometimes. I like to go to Philippe's. I like to go to G1. I live in Jersey though, so it's like Jersey food is like it's so fun little spot. They got. I don't want to say my spots on this shit. You know, niggas.
Yeah, for real.
Spot, but yeah. It is.
All right. Now the second thing, Dawn. Favorite place in the city to go get fresh, get fly.
Patron, Birdoff, Louis, Mary store, Dior store.
Dawn gave us like 5 answers.
Yeah, Neiman's, like whatever, like, you know, I gotta be trying to find shit. So like sometimes I don't even go, so I might call somebody and tell them go, like a stylist, something, tell them go grab me something. So, like, whatever, you know, I just like to look good.
So outside of performing, running around, making the music, what does Don Q do for fun? I heard you playing that piano back there.
Nah, I definitely don't do that for fun. I don't really, you know, this is what I do for fun, bro. I come to the studio, even if I'm not recording, I just like to be in the environment. Just to be in the studio environment, it's kind of it's fun to me. I don't really do nothing else.
Well, you know what it is, man. Yo, I appreciate you for taking out the time. The album is crazy. The freestyle's crazy. We need you back in there going bananas with that energy.
Yeah.
And you know what it is, man. G Money, Pacific Push, Don Q, High Bridge, the label, bucket list for the city. You heard?
Right now, go get that.